Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another match analysis, the first one of this USL season. I only played half an hour in the first game, and not much happened for me there. So this is my first one, my full debut, and I'm playing it right back. I'm in gray, and yeah, just kicking off here and getting moving. So that's me out of right back. I make that tackle, come out a little bit early, and then I'm just kind of recovering into defensive shape. Riley loses the ball here. It's a little bit of a quick start, a little bit frantic. We want to slow this game down a little bit, forcing some passes. Our 10 loses the ball, and then we're having to reshape again, get back quickly, and I intercept that pass. And we can, again, counter, but it's still a little bit sloppy, and just got to slow this down. I'm on the ball now. I'm going to slide it inside to my center mid, and he kicks it out for a throw-in. So Micah gives this ball away a little bit cheaply, and I'm back at right back here, just intercepting that passing lane and getting it back into my center mid so we can counter. He's recognizing well that it's not really on to play. We're playing a 4-4-2 with the diamond midfield. He's the 6, and there's just a lot of crowded space ahead of him. So I'm receiving this ball here right now. It's a little bit of a poor pass on the one touch, so I just chip it over the defender's foot, and then I receive again right now. And I'm just going to pass backward to my center back, recognizing that's overloaded. He's going to pass into my 8, and he's going to slide it to my other center back, and then we can just have a little bit of a good build out here. Foster's idea is right here, but he gets the pass wrong, and we give away possession. So ball is in the keeper's hands, just rolls it out to my center back. He kind of underplays that pass out to me. I don't have really anywhere to go, so I just kind of play it back to him, and then he tries to just get it up the field. Maybe our 10 gets fouled there, possibly, but we got to keep pushing. We got to just stay in our defensive shape. It's still a little bit frantic, a little bit high-paced, but I'm taking a throw-in now, and I'm kind of slowing it down a little bit just so we can catch our breath. Having Landon hold up the ball, and he doesn't really do so. Kai does well with that. Micah's just going to play the way he faces back into my 6, and we're just going to move the ball, and yeah, we can slow the game down and not be too frantic. So I'm back here in the defensive shape. I probably, because my coach told me this, I probably should not have come out to make that tackle. I did, successfully make it and win us a throw-in, which I'll be taking right now. But my coach told me it's better to just stay in shape because that player didn't really have anywhere to go. So that ball gets laid back to me. I play the long ball up to Evan Roop. He's kind of got Micah through, and Micah gets brought down, fouled. So we did well there. So I'm taking this free kick, and this is, you guys know me. You guys know that set pieces are a specialty for me. That is the poorest free kick I've taken in a very, very long time. Just awful. And I gave them a chance to counterattack. It was low. I hit the first man, just very, very poor, and we're having to reshape here. Luckily, we swarm back really quickly, but if that's later in the game, especially since it's 96 degrees Fahrenheit on this turf, that's real, real tough. But I receive this ball right back. I just kind of drive, and then I win us a throw-in. So I throw that in, and then it just gets slid back to me. And I'm just going to recognize space is overloaded, so I play it over to my center back, and he's going to take his space forward, plays a nice little entry ball to our 10. He turns very well, and then probably plays that pass a little bit too late, and my striker's not on the same page. So that's me coming out to defend one-on-one. And I'm just kind of containing him. You guys know I don't have a whole lot of experience in this kind of situation, in this kind of role, as my natural position is as an out-and-out winger. And normally with this team, I would play as a striker. But yeah, I'm just kind of forcing him back, and luckily he doesn't play the best ball in, and we can sort of win a goal kick here just with Caleb shielding it out. Just wanted to show this because it's a big chance, and it's a bit of a waste chance. Very direct, long ball from my forward, and then Micah doesn't finish his run here. He needs to get to that ball. He needs to continue his run, and that's a big, big moment in the game for us that turns out to cost us later, because that could have been us going up 1-0, and I used my body well just to shield that striker and not let him get to the ball, and then we can just sort of get the ball up the field, but Wake FC here can counterattack, and luckily that breaks down. So their right back plays very direct ball here, and I am matched up I'm a little bit of a mismatch physically, but I managed to win the header, and we can just sort of clear out here, so I did my job there. So again, I'm just getting tight to this man, and I'm able to get in front of him and just clear the ball out with my left foot. Again, a little bit off balance. He's a little stronger and bigger than I am, but it worked out just fine. And Wake FC is just going to have their winger drive here. I got sucked out to him too much. I shouldn't have flown in, but we did end up winning the ball. And our striker probably shouldn't turn there because he doesn't really have anywhere to go. Left back plays into my center mid. And I just wanted to show this because he shouldn't play me here. Now, like, part of the reason I'm making this run is to drag a lot of space for him, and he has all kinds of time to drive. I don't know if you guys can hear my coach yelling at him for that, but he really should just drive that space because there's a lot there for him. So interception in the midfield, ends up coming out to my 8, and then I'm overlapping him. He plays me. Ref says it goes out on the sideline. I disagree, and I think I could have really created something with the space I had to drive into, but that's just unfortunate. So cross here, and this is a mistake from me. I wasn't comfortable at all facing my own goal. It's not something I have a whole lot of experience with, so I sort of turned my back, and I got the clearance all wrong. It ended up under me. I managed to get it away, not into an area of safety, but, away from the striker. But they did get a shot off, and they maybe should tuck that away. So that's poor from me. But center back chips this out to me. This is another consecutive mistake, but, much lower level mistake. But I should just bring that down and look to play. I was trying to flick that on for my 8 to come into or for my striker to come back to, but wasn't on the same page, and I should just bring that down. So this gets played to me out wide, and I'm just, again, realizing the space is overloaded, playing backward, and we can have a little build out here. Just very simple. Gets played forward into my 8, and then he's going to lay that back to my center back. Again, very good build out. We can switch this over to my left back, and he can just cut inside here and play the ball into my 10. And he's a little soft here, losing the ball, but the build out was good. So my 10 passes back to my center back, and he picks a great ball here to find me with his weaker foot. And then I have the opportunity to drive. I actually choose to lay it back to my 8, and then he just forces this pass. I'm there for the overlapping option, so he could play me there since he hadn't picked his head up, but he probably should have switched that out to the left. And directly off of that, forcing a pass, they managed to get in behind us because our left back is advanced, and yep, that's 1-0. That's, at this level, you're going to get punished for that. So, yeah. So we're just kicking off here and just going to play this forward, normal kickoff routine, and it goes out for a goal kick. Center back plays this very direct ball, and I'm helping my 8 close him down, and I managed to win this. I'm driving space, and then I look to play this ball into Micah's path, but I just kind of get shoved in the back. So it ended up being a sort of off-balance pass, and I got that wrong. Ref, no call. I don't know. He said I was lying when I said there were 2 hands in my back, but, it is what it is. Ball comes out to me here. I'm just going to drive a little bit of space, and I'm going to look inside to Landon here. It's probably not the best option. He should be showing for the ball, but I probably picked the wrong pass there, and then they have a chance to counterattack, and I'm just sort of reshaping, and ends up being a corner. So this ball gets played out to my center back, and he's just going to look out to me. Again, I don't really have anywhere to go, a similar situation to one earlier in the game, so I play back to him, and he's just going to win a throw-in. And I'll take that throw-in, throw it into my center mid there, and then we just kind of get another throw-in out of it, which, again, I'm just going to take. So I throw that in and hope that he can hold that up. He kind of gets out-muscled, but it just ends up kind of being a scramble. and I'm containing. I think I do really well to push that winger back and put him off balance when he tries to cross it. So this ball kind of gets popped up in the air, and then Landon heads it out to me, and I slip it through to Micah, and he should just take a touch there instead of playing it first time. My other striker, Evan Roop, did really, really well to leave that and continue his run, but Micah's got to just take a touch. So I guess he kind of splits us open here. He plays a really dangerous ball, and again, I'm facing my own goal. I do really well this time to recognize where the space is and flick it around him. It's a little bit of a risky move, but I play a good entry ball. It works out just fine. And unfortunately, we're not able to hold on to the ball. And then the winger kind of cuts us up, but we managed to just sort of limit the space that he can occupy. I made a little interception there. And then they managed to sort of get through us, but we hold strong in a deep block. So direct ball, again, I'm just going out to the winger, and I give them a corner, but it was just any way to not let the winger, or I guess the fullback in that situation, get by me. Keeper hoofs this forward. The camera's not quite following, but it comes back, and Riley makes a good interception. It's coming back to me, and I just sort of chip it over the defender's foot, pass this into Micah. I think that was a good idea for a pass. Micah should hold that up better, but I think my part of that was good. So Yap's looking, and he doesn't really have many options, and then he sort of panics, I guess, and tries to play that pass inside. And, like I said earlier, at this level, you get punished for your mistakes. And all it takes is a little deflection from a good strike on his stronger left foot, and it's a good goal. So now that ball should not have gotten past me. Like I was out wide, and it got slipped past me, and then he was matched up one-on-one with my center back, which is what that winger's going to love to do. I know, because I'm a winger, that's like the ideal situation. But also, somebody has to be tracking that runner. He was the only obvious passing option. He was wide open in the box. And, conceding consecutive goals like that, it's really, really damaging. And, yeah. But Riley's going to look out to me here. I'm out wide here, getting the ball now. And then I'm just going to cut inside and slip it back to my 8. Didn't play the pass very firmly, but I also was getting pushed a little bit. And Micah sort of ends up fouling him. This guy probably gets past our player way too easily, and then I'm just sort of trying to get stuck in. I don't quite get there in time, and then I should be like tighter to this outside runner. I shouldn't be getting stuck to the ball. I got to follow him. Luckily, he gets the cross wrong, but just a bit of positional naivety for me. Ball gets hoofed forward. I should be in that position initially, challenging for that ball. I wasn't really on the same page with him. And now I can't quite get goal side, so I had to sort of muscle him a little bit and make it difficult for him. And then I sort of wrapped my leg around so he wouldn't be able to play the pass that he played, but he managed to slip it through my legs. And luckily, it just went out for our throw-in. And I'll be taking that right now. Looking up, seeing options, not much there. So I'm just going to go backward to my center back, and he'll play me again, and this is a mistake for me. I tried to play into my 6. He told me to skip him and, play the switch, but he said it a little bit late, so, I didn't really catch that, but I should have known in the first place. So I've switched with Yap here. He's at right back, I'm at left back, and he plays a really good ball to Micah, and this is just another big moment in the game where it's just a wasted chance. If he releases that cross a touch earlier, then, we should be scoring, and he should be able to feed it through those two players. I think that's definitely on, but it's just a bit of a wasted chance, in all honesty. So this ball's sort of popping around, and I'm still at left back. I don't really have any effect on this. I'm just sort of tracking my runner, and it's just a terrible goal to give away again. Like, it's just really, really poor defensive tracking, and, But I get that ball out wide, and there's nothing on, so I'm just going to go backward, and we're going to try and build out again. So I threw that ball into Riley, and he just sort of sliced his ball up forward and didn't really connect it. And at this point, we're just giving a lot of our passes away to Wake FC. And they have good interchange here. They have some good players. The sub left back is here. Caleb got subbed off. Our 10 does well. He recognizes that I'm out here. I'm back at right back. And I just play it first time back inside because he underplays the pass a little bit. But we can sort of build from here. So I think I just did well to recognize what I needed to do there. But I got the ball out wide, played it back to my center back, and then he tries to sort of play the channel. I'm not sure if that was meant for the midfielder running or if it was meant for the striker coming back. But it didn't really connect either. I'm getting the ball here. I'm just going to dart this in where all the space is in the midfield. Good spatial recognition. He's going to send this out to my left back and then loses the ball in the dribble. And we got to get back now. We got to reshape. Luckily, nothing comes of that. But this ball gets switched out. Again, I get too sucked over. I need to just stay with the winger there. Not necessarily right on him, but I need to stay tight. And then matched up one-on-one, I kind of let him inside because I knew Sam was covering me. I don't know if that was the right move in that situation or not, but it worked out well. And I'm just gassed, so I didn't get forward very quickly. But I am forward now, and then Sam just kind of plays me a poor ball with his weaker foot. And we got to connect that pass. So I just throw this into Sam, and he's going to look up, see where the space is. My left back needs to get more advanced quicker, but, he's a sub, so he's not going to be tired the way I am. But he manages to just get a cross away, but it gets blocked and goes out for a corner. So ball comes through. I'm staying on the winger. I don't need to be back there. Carson doesn't really slide fast enough at center back, and then it's just a really poor error trying to body the winger, and he's able to just get the better of him and give a tap, and it's just really individual errors at this point. And kicking off again, and we're getting battered. And this team was not really, technically speaking, they were not better than us, but we gave them goals. This ball's coming here to me, and I'm just going to dart that into my 10, tell him to turn. He turns very well. And then it's just stupid stuff like this that we give away. I don't know who that was. I think it was one of my 8s, but that can't be happening. So now I'm closing down. My coach is telling me, don't stop. So I run through the tackle, and he just flicks it over my head. He total dive, but, either way, it is a foul because I did make contact. But, I should probably be a little bit tighter to this winger. I don't allow him to turn me. I anticipate it and manage to get a toe on it and kick it out for a throw-in. It's a little, I'm not the most comfortable defending one-on-one, but I am comfortable group defending like this. And then my 8's got to show for that ball. He's got to come to that ball as I darted into him, because we go out so we can go in. I picked the right pass there, but he's got to get there. So I throw this into Sam. I think we actually linked up pretty well when he was on. He was another substitute. But we're just going to move this ball around. Carson picks a good pass out to my left back. So this player is driving with the ball. I managed to cut out this pass, and I'm just going to slide this into Sam. And I don't know if he meant to put the curve on it the way it was, but it was a very, very good pass, and landed just kind of a little bit slow getting it out of his feet, and then the shot is poor in the end. Doesn't set himself up well. Long ball comes forward. Probably not the best aerial defending here, but I do manage to hold him off. And then I'm just going to trust my pace and physicality here. He tries to flick it over my head, and I just kind of body him. And then he pokes it from in between my legs, and I went to throw in. I'm just going to settle this down, calm it a little bit. Don't need to rush anything. Throw it into my center mid, and he turns into pressure, loses the ball. But I make a good tackle, and then I play it first time, good vision, into my striker. But loses it in one touch. Should hold up the ball. It's not on to do that. So I need to be probably following my runner a little bit better. I get lucky that this comes into my lane, but I do pick a good pass here. Nice firm pass into my 10, and then I can keep getting advanced, and Riley finds me here, and I managed to just flick it over the leg of the defender. And then this is a situation where I should do better, because this is a specialty for me. I just end up winning a corner in the end, and I am very tired, but I should be able to cut inside and and do a little bit better here. But Sam passes to Kai. I'm still overlapping. Ball comes to me, and I cross it first time. Maybe my striker should get the better of that defender, get in front of him, possibly. I think it was a good cross into a good area, but it was also just good defending. And Sam swings us in. We win the header, and now we have a chance on the volley. And yeah, it's a little wild. So ball is just going to come out wide to me. Still very tired, a little bit leggy getting forward. But I do manage to just keep the ball. And I think I pick a really good pass there. I think my striker should stay on the left side of that defender and just try and use his body to, get himself the ball. But he tries to run around the other side and use his pace instead, which didn't really work out. Sam lays this back to me from a corner, and I sort of drive this in, and we get a chance off of it. Maybe I should drive the end line and cut it back, but I do think that was a good ball to play in. And now I'm getting out to this left winger one-on-one, trying to force him back, and I managed to just win that tackle. And then Kai does well just to recognize where the space is, but Riley loses the ball on the dribble way too easily here. And yeah, we're our own worst enemy in this game for sure. So yeah, maybe I should be getting out there quicker, and I shouldn't have to slide the way I did, but I do make a good slide tackle, and it goes out for a throw-in. So now I'm overlapping, ball gets played into me, and this is a situation where, again, this is like a specialty for me, and I think maybe because I was so leggy, that's where I was having trouble, but normally I would cut inside. I just think I had, the sort of fullback mentality of drive the line, but normally I would cut inside, and I should have cut inside. But I throw that into Sam, or no, sorry, that's Kai, and then he tries a lot here, and he gets past a couple of players, ends up losing the ball, but, it's the final third, and we're trailing by a lot. I don't mind him trying that one bit. Ball's just sort of getting moved around here, and we're shaping up, and then that's game. Yeah, 6-0 loss. Really, really poor team performance. A lot of lapses in concentration. We're our own worst enemy. I think considering I have very little experience at right back, I think I played pretty well. I think what I did on the ball was good. Defensively, I was a little, unsure of where I needed to be. But, there also comes an element of communication with that, because I wasn't being communicated to very well in the first half. But I think my performance on the ball was good. But team performance, 6-0 loss to Wake FC, it's poor, and we should be doing better. But, in any case, we just keep pushing. USL Academy, we're all adapting to this league. And, yeah, all I have left to say is, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will see you next time. Peace, guys.